Hello and welcome to Chung International School. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate our school's 80th anniversary. Along with a dynamic art faculty, our school hosts a unique artist-in-residence program. This program provides YCIS students with the exciting opportunity to learn from and collaborate with professional working artists. The artist-in-residence team works with students of all ages, beginning with early childhood education and continuing on through primary and secondary classes. Together, they work on projects that nurture each student's artistic expressions and creativity, inspiring them to develop inquisitive minds, encourage learning, and revitalize the school environment. Lastly, our artists continue their work outside of school, sharing with the community and the world as examples of how art is a meaningful and integral part of life. Enjoy the tour.
Hi, I'm Haruka Ostley. I'm from Japan, and this is Ren. Hi! This is my latest art creation. After high school, I went to the United States. I studied at Savannah College of Art and Design, and I studied painting. But right after my painting degree, I got interested in performing art as well. What inspires me to create is usually some people's personal stories or political issues or things that happens around me that I get inspired by listening to their story, but then I feel like I want to share that with other people.
With YCIS students, we often bring materials and then see what inspires them to create. So sometimes they like to play with the texture, sometimes they like to feel how the material feels in their hands. So they create something that's very organic. And together, we find solutions and make decisions while we are creating artwork. So with this project called I Spy Circle, I wanted to include YCIS students in this big mosaic mural project I'm doing with all the students in all the sections for the 80th anniversary of Chung. All the circles would be created by students and would go on this giant tree mosaic. The circles are about how everyone joins together. We all make a circle.
I'm Natalie. I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and I'm an illustrator. I am an alumni, and I study at Chung from year 9 till year 13. And after IB, I went to Savannah College of Art and Design and received my Bachelor of Fine Art degree. Then I relocated to New York City and worked as gallery assistant and children's art instructor. I enjoy book illustration, especially those fairy tales like art piece. I do a lot of character design inspired by food and everyday life objects like toys, and I like to give them human-like characteristics, giving them an ordinary child's personality. So it is a very imaginative, realistic world that reviews childhood memories. I've been trained traditionally, especially paint and ink on paper, but lately I've been exploring digital medium. It is fun and more flexible, giving me the ability to make as much realism as possible and make quick adjustments.
So my name is Emily. I'm originally from Michigan in the United States, and I studied illustration at the Savannah College of Art and Design. I'm also an illustrator and a painter. sometimes I do illustrations for magazines or window displays, creative products like t-shirts, greeting cards, tote bags, notebook, buttons, stickers, badges, all kinds of merchandise. I do a lot of illustration and painting work in my free time. So, as an artist in residence at Chung, I really hope to bring my inspirations to the students, expose them to the kind of art that I'm interested in, and hopefully share new things with them, new techniques, new projects. And I really think it's important, and I think it's exciting to get to do really unique projects with the students here at Chung. Give them an opportunity to maybe create some kind of artwork that they would never have a chance to do otherwise. And I think it's really unique for them. I think it's really cool that they can have an opportunity to try something different, maybe that they've never done before. So for example, at the primary school, I've done a lot of productions with the students. Everything from costume design to set design, to practicing acting and speaking. And I feel like that's a really unique opportunity for the primary students, just to do something to that scale and really to do everything from scratch and to be so creative in such a variety of ways. I think it's really cool for them, really special opportunity.
My name is Gabe Ostley. I'm a cartoonist, sequential artist, and I'm from the United States. And then I decided I want to do comics. So I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. And then after that, I met Haruka. And then both of us went up to New York City together. And I worked at a lot of different places. I did a while at a illustration studio. That was for children's books, and I picked up a lot of good skills as far as inking digitally and all these things. And then I found out about Chung, and I've gotten to do like painting, sculpture, collages, huge murals, all kinds of fun stuff. And the last couple of years, I've gotten 3 books published, one through DC Comics and 2 others with Devil's Due Digital. And these are with different writers from different parts of the world. And that's the kind of stuff that I really love is collaborating with other people that have scripts and characters and stories, and then trying to visualize those characters and those scenes. That's where I get most excited with art. Working with secondary students is always fun and interesting. We always want to bring them projects and opportunities to be creative and think outside the box. As we get older, it's important to remember that joy of drawing, painting, and creating we all share as small children. Teenagers start to lose that simply because of how busy life starts to get at this age. So one thing we started was an event called the 12-Hour Art Day, which itself was inspired by the global event called 24-Hour Comics Day. For 12 hours on a Saturday, students and teachers and staff as well can come in and work on whatever they like. Paintings, drawings, sculptures, it's up to them. We work alongside them on our projects and give tips and advice when they need it, but it's a very self-directed exercise. Since the life of a student here can be really packed with assignments and tests, we give them a chance to be creative and challenge themselves, and they really take off with it. Plus, they just have a lot of fun. In addition to the 12-Hour Art Day, the AIR team works with secondary school students in a variety of ways. We lead projects for Year 12 students in the IB Diploma program according to our specialized skills and areas of interest. We also organize workshops where we bring in external artists to share their insights. This year, we invited professional photographers to host workshops with students for the 80th anniversary Capture 80 photo contest. Every summer, our artists also organize different summer projects, from mural paintings and mosaics to studio and gallery visits, as well as outdoor sketching trips.
Hello, I'm Esther Chow. I grew up in Hong Kong and I studied in the US, in Chicago at the School of the Art Institute, and I majored in fine art. My focus was on painting and drawing, but I also like photography and printmaking. I like to paint from observation, and color is a very important element of my work. And I really like beauty. I like to see things. I like nature. And so a lot of my paintings has to do with color and the things that I see in the world. I like shapes and colors and also pattern, landscape. I like sunsets. I like to see how the color changes in the day and how it looks on a fruit, on a flower. And also like food. I love to eat. And so I did a series of painting on food and just the color combinations on a plate. I find that really fascinating. And to me, like food is also perhaps my only access to nature living in a city.
My name is Mark Montgomery. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, was born and raised. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design. I majored in sequential art and minored in painting. After I graduated, I worked for a year as a college minister. And from that experience, I moved on to work as an art teacher, mostly teaching secondary students. And from there, I was recommended to a job at Chung, where I now work in Shanghai. I like to make pen and ink drawings. I also like to do paintings, mostly watercolor. And I like to focus in on just certain areas. It helps me to tell a story with my drawings, so there's a lot of transition, like I'll focus in on one area and then leave another area open. I also like to do comics. My comics are usually about myself. They're like diary comics, like an autobiographical, about the hardships that I've dealt with, and try to tell it in funny ways because I'm just trying to relieve both stress and just show people that, you know, life can be fun and that you can work around other problems. I like to show a lot of detail. I think one reason I show a lot of detail is because I'm legally blind. I can only see out of one eye. And because of that, I try to show this detail. It helps me to tell a story because I'm showing people what I can see, and I want them to kind of get the idea of what it's like to be me.
My name is Sara Barati, and I'm from the U.S. I studied at Missouri Western State University, just north of Kansas City, Missouri, and got my Bachelor of Arts in Art with an emphasis in painting. After that, I was interested in combining my art with the theater, so I did a couple of internships in theater, one in New York and one in Kansas City. As a scenic art intern, I studied under the scenic charge artist, and we worked on backdrops, painted props, painted faux finishes for the stage. And then after that, I had a job around the same time as a teacher assistant, tutoring students, and I went back to school, discovered I liked teaching, went back to school, got a master's in teaching. And then I taught for 5 years at a local high school in Kansas City. I think as an artist, I'm just inspired by the idea of creating an illusion and making something appear 3D and appear real when it's not really there. But I'm also interested in surrealism, in abstraction, in combining images. Sometimes I get inspiration from a parable or story or metaphor to combine different images together.
Chung's gallery hosts exhibitions, which are open to the public, as well as talks and workshops for students. It's a great way for students to engage with artwork displayed and experienced in a modern and real-world setting. They can ask questions and share how the artworks affect them. The Artists in Residence team shares our art with the community and the world in many ways, such as book publishing, magazine illustration, installations in stores, murals around town, and with exhibitions throughout the world. Our artists also use their skills to visually enhance promotional materials that the students and the public encounter. We design brochures, posters, and logos for programs and school events. For the 80th anniversary, our artists designed several souvenirs to commemorate the occasion. Recently, our Bloom Show, where our artworks joined together with the works of students, staff, and alumni, raised a significant amount of money for the Seeds of Hope charity, a fund that helps build schools and communities of need throughout China.